Welcome to Kim and Angela Talk. Kim is a biodynamic craniosacral therapist, Reiki master, PSYCH-K facilitator, curious human, forever student, and a loving mom. Angela is a Reiki master, PSYCH-K facilitator, emotion code and body code practitioner, metaphysical nerd, compulsive learner, and childless cat lady. Come along for the ride as they explore the mysteries of the universe in their own lives, all while enjoying a good laugh together.
Hi, I'm Angela.
And I'm Kim.
And together we're Kim and Angela Talk. Hi, Kim.
Hi, Angela. How are you doing today?
Hi, audience.
Hi, audience. Oh, yes, hi, audience.
Oh, I did it first today.
You did it. Yay! We're changing it up, guys. We're changing it up.
Right? Nothing is planned ever.
Exactly. Yes, just flying by the seat of our pants. So how are you doing today? Jim. Wait, are we in a Mercury retrograde?
Actually, we are in Mercury retrograde.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Our communication may be very far off today.
Yeah, I'm just like for the next 3 weeks, I'm blaming everything on Mercury retrograde. I don't care if it has anything to do with anything. It's just like, oh, my broccoli is overboiled. Or oversteamed. I don't boil broccoli. It's Mercury retrograde. Why not?
Exactly. It's just it's in the energy.
It's in the ether.
It's in the ether. Yeah. Scary. All right.
And it's actually supposed to be kind of a gnarly one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
This one. So.
All right. So.
Of course, by anybody who's watching this, it'll be like a week into it, and then so it'll be a third over.
True.
By the time you watch this,
we'll almost be on the tail end of it. So, yeah, yeah. Oh, we'll all make it, guys. We'll all make it.
It'll be fine. It's so funny because I think there's a website called something like "Is Mercury retrograde?"
Oh no, really? Just so people can check. Like my life is just going down. Is it Mercury retrograde? Ah, that's it.
Yeah.
No worries.
Well, the advice is always to make sure your data is backed up. That's the biggest thing for Mercury retrograde. And don't sign stuff.
Right.
And if you have to sign stuff, make sure you read it like 3 times.
Right. Yes. So just paying more attention. Right. There's communication. Communication is another thing that can kind of be misunderstood or.
Well, and it's kind of funny too, considering your theme. But yeah, communications can be kind of wonky, even just in like, say, definitely technology stuff, but even just in communicating with friends or trying to get yourself understood. So let's see how today goes in this podcast.
Yes, let's see. Well, I know I'm going to say that my daughter and I have been having some like communication things where I haven't quite heard what she said, and then I kind of answered back a little bit curt, and then she answered back more curt, and I was like, why is she answering back? Like, anyway, so we've had 3 or 4 incidences where we're like, what is happening? Because we don't usually get at each other that way. And I'm like, okay, take a pause. We'll just take a pause. But yeah, and more in a funny, lighthearted kind of way. But it could have also gone badly if what was said was actually what was said. But it wasn't. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's a weird one. I always sort of wonder how that really affects your intuition stuff. I mean, like, will that screw up your intuition? Like, are you getting wonky messages because of Mercury retrograde? Or you just need to pay a little bit more attention and how you feel and everything. So who knows? I'm not really sure about that one.
Yeah. I've even listened to one of the gentlemen that I listen to for astrology readings kind of thing. And he's like, they're really good. This time is really good for like, not necessarily starting new things, but even if you do start something new, to see how it bounces back. Like, he kind of takes like a positive approach to it.
Yeah.
Try something and see if it works. Right? Because if it works, then maybe it's meant to work. And if not, then maybe not. Because of that energy, it really gives you a quick view of what might work and what might not. So just to use it as a tool that way, not to commit to anything, but just to try stuff.
Yeah. And also it is a good time for continuing or finishing things or for revisiting. And also sometimes, well, it's more so with Venus retrograde, I think. And sometimes people come back into your lives. It also kind of depends on where Mercury is retrograde in your chart.
There's lots of elements.
Yeah, there is kind of a lot of elements. It's kind of weird. I mean, and you can really get into it and stuff. But for the most part, I just say back up your data.
Check your
Maybe not the
contract.
best time to buy a new phone. Yeah. Check your contracts.
Yeah.
Read everything. I mean, but that's also kind of good advice all the time, is to make sure know what you're signing. So
Yes. Yes. 100%.
yeah. So just clicking accept, click, accept, click.
Yeah, just because it's like 40,000 pages. I was like, don't understand any of it. But yeah,
I know.
it's terrifying.
Yeah, usually just skim that shit.
Yeah. Yep. So,
So,
theme for
what is
today.
our theme?
Theme for
Yes,
today is
Kim.
coming at us from our Council of Horses deck, which we love, love, love so much.
Woohoo!
By Sandra
Sandra.
and I was, and I should remember Kim McElroy
Yes.
for the lovely, lovely artwork. So today's theme was from this particular card, Finding Your Voice. And the basic message coming out was we can harness the power of our untamed emotions and then regain and harvest that power. So using our voice, yeah, and not our
Communication.
emotions. Sorry?
I said communication more correctly.
Communication, right? Yeah, just instead of like, yeah, letting our emotions kind of like when things come up, just having them run away with us. Yeah. So, and then pondering and using our voice constructively because words are power. And yeah, so working on that. So,
Yeah.
I don't know if you have a thought to do with the theme other than our card messages that we got. If you wanted to.
Well, yeah, I feel like this theme is actually really great for us, because one of the things that we keep working on for ourselves and for the people that we work with is to of clear the noise in our system, trapped energies, trauma energies, trapped emotions, belief systems, subconscious belief systems, things that really cause a lot of static and stress in your system and make it more difficult for you to hear clearly your own inner guidance and your own true self in the moment. So that a lot of what we do is helping to kind of clear out that energy, clear our channels, make energy flow a little, help energy, I should say, to flow better in our system. And part of that, I feel like with this theme of if you can harness the untamed emotions, well, what are the untamed emotions? Well, that's probably things that are like not present day, things that we've held on to, right? And that can sort of accentuate or make more intense an emotion or a situation that you're experiencing in the moment. It may be out of proportion, right?
Right.
So, yeah, I feel like it really speaks to the work that we do, both personally and professionally.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, I think we've all been there where you have a reaction to something and it just, it is like you have an out of body experience where something takes
Yeah.
over and you're like, blah, 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 blah. And then later on you go like, oh, why did I react like to that extent for that thing? I know I've had that happen for myself and then gone back and pondered it. And then it's like, oh, wait a second. That's like attached to a whole bunch of other things, which, given had that situation taken place after I had dealt with it, it would never have escalated to that, right? So
Yeah.
it is really those little bits of gold nuggets that we can check in with and see what's what,
Yeah.
and where it comes from, and whether it's yours or whether it's an ancestor's or a parent thing or somebody else that you've picked it up from that's just kind of become stuck. So, yeah.
Yeah, and all these things are basically artifacts, I guess you could say, of the past. Not even always your past.
Yeah, exactly.
And they can trip you up and cause the static, and make it more difficult to feel and flow with life.
Yes.
And we were actually talking about this earlier, where all the work that I've been doing recently, especially, I'm like, everything makes it every day better, the
Mm-hmm.
work.
Mm-hmm.
But then sometimes it's becomes super, super noticeable. And we
Mm-hmm.
were talking about earlier, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I was driving along and I was like, oh, I think that if Kim were in the car with me right now, she wouldn't be terrified. Because
You're so calm.
because because I've relaxed in my driving. I am not feeling this like weird urgency that I mean, it's the only way for me to describe it is sort of like internal pressure
Mm-hmm.
that I used to feel while driving. And again, better and better. But now I'm like, it's so noticeable. So I was like, oh yeah, yeah, I think this is good. I think
Yeah. Well,
I'm
didn't you have an
feeling really
example too
relaxed.
that you didn't take something personally? Somebody cut you
Oh
off?
yes, some person was in the far right lane and made a left turn in front of me,
Mm-hmm.
and it could have caused an accident. Thankfully, it didn't. But I didn't react. I just was thinking. I calmly thought, "Wow, what a douche move," but I wasn't emotional about it. I
Like
didn't
how
like.
could yeah, how
Yeah,
could they cut me off? But yeah.
yeah. I didn't
Uh-huh.
honk the horn or flip them off or be like, whatever,
Right.
you know. It's just like, oh, that was sort of douchey, and no wonder your car's messed up because their
Right.
back panel's messed up. And so it's like one of those things where it's like, oh, it's like it's just something that happened,
Right.
and
Oh
there
wow.
were no ill consequences.
Mm-hmm.
So I just went on with my day. And
So
honestly, I feel like that's good.
how cool is
That's
that?
good. Yeah.
Yeah, may not have gone so smoothly before.
Yeah, I probably definitely would have like at least had a more of a reaction of like
Hmm.
flipping the person off or,
Right.
because I did learn to drive in Southern Florida where
Right.
it's a contact sport.
But I mean, how cool is that though for your internals,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
To like not be, because I mean, everything escalates, all the chemistry inside you, the reaction. It's
Yeah.
not just the yelling and whatever, or even if
It's the
you
stress.
were stressed and then thinking about it later because it's kind of stuck and you're like, oh, I can't believe
Hmm.
that they did that, right?
Yeah.
Like you're carrying it. And then you've got all these chemicals that are releasing in your
Yeah.
body, which is just like not good, not good. So this is amazing, amazing, amazing.
Yeah.
So feeling calmer, being calmer, chemistry in there calmer. I mean, it's just win, 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 win.
Yeah. I feel like when I drive now, it's like there's less stuff to be irritated by because
Mhm,
I'm not in that reactive
mhm,
state.
mhm,
So it's either things just sort of open up for me now. And when things do happen that are kind of like nuts
mhm.
and, I'm just like, oh, there's this thing that's happening.
Right.
And as long like I haven't been into an accident in a long time,
Knock
thankfully.
on wood.
Yeah, knock on
Right.
wood. So hopefully part of this is like, oh, well, this is not something that has to happen to show you what you need to work on. So it's just not going
Right.
to happen anymore because we've talked
Right.
about that as well.
Yes. Yes, that things don't come up
Yeah.
because you don't need them to come up anymore because it's been dealt
Yeah.
with and it's just, yeah, it doesn't present itself, which is again another win. So it's great.
Right?
Hmm.
I
But
love
it's almost
that.
so startling though when things like that happen because I've had that happen. It was a long time ago, doing work for myself, and I was always really stressed driving. I always kind of had since I learned to drive. I was always like every time getting not again knock on wood didn't have any accidents, but was always thinking, oh gosh, I'm going to die because I'm like driving in the car and
Hmm.
it's going to. Sorry, can you hear my dog? Hi,
Yes.
Mercury retrograde. Come on. Hey, thank you. Thank you. Sorry, guys. A bit of puppy scratching. We wondered if she, and here she goes again. Yeah, so always had that fear that I was going to die in the car. Somehow there was going to be an accident. I was going to die in the car. And so it was always in my head. Every time I got in the car and started it, this is probably going to be the time. Again, knock on wood, didn't happen. But when I was like in my late 30s, finally started addressing this with someone, doing a tap therapy kind of a thing. And we worked on that. I don't even know why that particularly came up for that thing, but we did. And then for the next week, before I saw her again, I didn't have that feeling at all. And I was driving and I'm like, I was too calm. It was so weird. It was like my body was I was almost freaked out by how calm I was. So then that caused
Yeah.
me to be stressed. But it's just like, But eventually that subsided. But like your body's so used to it, like that this is how
Yeah.
I do this thing, right? And so then when that shifts and it becomes the peace becomes odd. But, it's a great thing to get used to. It makes life much more pleasant in the long run. But it's so interesting how that works.
Yeah. Yeah. Having that peaceful feeling because then you have, kind of like the emotions are no longer untamed, basically.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
You can
Exactly.
have emotions and you can feel them, but they're not in control of you.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
nice.
it is. It is. We can have more peace and more calm.
Yeah.
It's good for everybody and particularly for ourselves.
Yes. Oh my
Yes,
God. I will definitely take that any day. So you
definitely.
got a specific message for this
Yeah,
guy?
so yes, I did. I checked it out and it was really funny because so first of all, the message came out of, again, the Oracle deck that seems to absolutely love me, the Elemental Oracle deck by Stacey DeMarco. And the card was specifically this one, which is the Moon
Nice.
card. And the caption at the bottom of the card is darkness. But looking through the booklet and going through for the exact message, it was pretty straightforward, related to voice and emotions and capturing them. So here's what the message was for me. It is necessary to be consistent when highly triggered. As a consequence, there will be greater stability. And if not, the result will be more extreme emotions and spinning wildly. So doing the work is stabilizing. So, I
Yeah.
mean, that pretty much just sums it all up, right? Um, Looking for those triggers, paying attention to when they come up in a situation. Obviously, you might be mad in the moment or mad, angry, upset in the moment. So maybe right at that exact moment, you might not be able to do it, but really then coming back, examining it using tools that you can either learn or working with one of us to uncover, diffuse where the origins of that are and how that interrelates in your life, and then how to transform it into a better, bigger, calmer space. And yeah, then you really, like you had said in the beginning, the less static of all the extra stuff around you becomes quieter. And then when some little thing really seems much bigger, then you're more aware of it,
Yeah.
and then you can do the work with it, and then everything just again downgrades down. It just seems to be a beautiful process. Both of us are in that same midst where obviously there's still stuff that comes up and there is still stuff that we work on, but we see that in our clients too. It's just like removing layers of upset and things that really get under your skin and disrupt your day or disrupt your relationships, or or disrupts work if there's people you have to work with that maybe are upsetting, or a situation. It's just removing one by one, and it's like, wow, I didn't, I was able to have a calmer conversation with someone to do with something, as opposed to just firing all barrels, whatever, and then it might get personal and there's the back and forth and it turns into
Yeah.
something that wasn't even what you were arguing or talking about to begin with. Um,
Yeah, totally.
so it's just, yeah, it's just that it's more stabilizing. I don't think you and or I can state enough just how great this work is at that alone. And I can't wait to tell you the end message for our audience, because it ties in beautifully with this. Yeah, it's just so important, and it's so freeing, I think, is a good word. So you get the peace,
Yeah.
and then you get free from your own triggers or things that you've picked up from other people from the past due to hurts and things. And yeah, it's just, anyway, I know we've said it probably 5.5 million times on all of our different
Yeah.
podcasts, but it's like really the key thing is just it's liberating. And you can then kind of focus on really what you want to focus on and how you want to have your life, and use Psych-K to make new goals once you've got all this stuff, that stuff, kind of dealt with transformed. And then if a new one comes up, then it's really easy to snap in there and go, whoo, there's another one and we can deal with this. Just have it all be good. So
Yeah, totally. And it's all about, well, it actually kind of leads right into my message. Is what I was going to say, because it's all about transformation and transformation into what you want, what's your goal, what's your end result. Because my card message came from my Druid Animal deck, and this was my card, the otter. So cute.
So cute.
I really love this deck. But it was interesting because a specific message didn't come from the description for the card. It came from a story related to the otter about the goddess Caradwin transforming into different animals as she was chasing the kid that accidentally got the 3 drops that were supposed to make her son super brilliant. And so she transforms. As he transforms, she transforms in this chase. And then she eats him. He turns into a grain, and then she eats him as the hen. And later 9 months later, she gives birth to Taliesin, the bard. But the specific line was like, she's transformed into the otter. Well, the otter bitch, it says. But like, and I don't want to say that necessarily, because then people are going to be like, well, you're already a bitch. Right. And so, but the otter bitch. So transform. So that for me was the specific line of that story. And then for me, I then took it as like, okay, with transformation, becoming the otter, and the otter is about joy and playfulness and helpfulness, and really embracing that aspect of life. But through the transformation, through the releasing of everything, the things that we don't need in our life, in our system anymore, by, again, doing this transformation and this work, you are able to be more in the present moment, more in the now, because you don't have all these things from the past kind of creating this noise in your system, the stress in your system. So you do the transformations. And for me specifically, it's this idea of doing the work, doing the transformation to really embrace this life and this joy. And one of the specific messages I got is relax in the knowledge that nature will provide for our needs, and that life can be joyful and playful. And really just accepting this aspect of life where you can be present in the moment. You don't have to have the past crush you or follow you and drag you down. So by taming those emotions and in transforming, taming these emotions so they're not overriding you, then you can be more peaceful. You can be more in the now. And you can have really experience joy and playfulness in this moment without like all this other stuff sort of like getting in the way and coloring your vision and how things are for you. And just being able to go with the flow of life and to embrace this as just a beautiful, joyful place to be in, and your own essence as a beautiful, joyful child of the universe. And so that for me was my message. And I feel like this message is so, for me, very on it, because I've been doing so much work lately because I'm doing the belief code certification, that's what I do. Getting more stuff. But doing that, I've like recently released a lot of pretty intense and not quite pleasant beliefs that were in my system that has, with those releases, I've really gotten to this like sense of peace, and or like it's more and more in my life now. And I don't know that I'm not 100% there. I mean, I don't know if we get there, or maybe we do and then we sparkle up into heaven. I don't know, do that whole awakening ascension thing. But this aspect of like being able to, I don't know, really feel just like this sense of peace that I haven't really experienced most of my life. Unless, of course, I was totally high. That's different, though.
Yeah.
We don't want that necessarily because it's not necessarily great for you. And then there's all the munchies that come with that, which isn't perfect, you know. So just being able to, you know, kind of get rid of that noise, tame the emotions so your emotions aren't ruling you. Like having the reaction, being able to act, not react, being able to really embrace the halt idea of like hungry, angry, lonely, tired, triggered, whatever. Trying to notice when that's happening so that you can then be like, okay, I'm feeling this stuff. How do I want to respond rather than just bleh, reacting, you know?
Yeah.
So that was my message. And like we were talking about earlier with the driving and stuff, you know, I really did learn to drive in a environment which was not conducive.
Right. To
being calm,
and calm,
measured.
Just like, ooh,
Yeah. And up here in Washington, it's different. It's not, you know, it's not as chill as it used to be like when I first got out here 30 years ago, but it's definitely different. Like if you go back to Southern Florida, you're like, oh my God, it is nuts for sure.
Right.
And driving can be quite the adventure, but just the idea of like being in the sense of peace and like you're not always like having this sort of like, I don't even know how to describe the energy of it, which just feels like it's like this sort of like internal pressure.
Yeah, there's just something always there. It's like on.
Yeah. Yeah. Like that's like that pressure is definitely less and less and less the more work that I do on myself, and the sense of peace that I'm having now has been just really, really lovely.
That's awesome.
And something that I definitely, it's like, you know, I've used to have it in briefer moments, like maybe I went to a workshop and you have those beautiful moments where you're like, oh, everything's lovely, the energy's so great, I feel so chill and amazing, but then you get back to your real life and it's like kind of like and now I'm feeling a little bit more that sense of peace and everything's really lovely in my normal life.
Yeah.
Which is really awesome without even having to try hard, without like the meditation. Like, you know, it's not just when you're meditating or giving yourself Reiki or whatever, or in the zone of it, but like in the outside world, in the everyday
in reality
kind of things.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
so
it's amazing. And along the lines of, you know, looking for joy or finding joy, the joy and the peace too, we talked a little bit about, you know, the theme coming up to do with voice and obviously harnessing the emotion, but, you know, even our little voice inside, we were saying, you know, how that also calms down. It's not just about, you know, yelling at somebody who cut you off, but a lot of times we have a lot of quite sort of yelling self-talk going, oh my gosh, that was stupid, or why did you say that? Like, right? So it works on the internal component as well. We're able to catch, like what I find funny is, you know, I might catch myself saying something internally and think, oh gosh, like I sound like my mom talking to myself. Like, not that my mom talked to me, but just like my mom will say that out loud about herself, and then I'll say it in my head to myself. And, you know, to be able to look at that and to bring a more joyful, kind of amused look at it as like, again, there's that pause of like, oh, whose voice is that? Is it my voice? And why am I saying that? And you can look at that and see where that's coming from. Is it just like a habit, you know, when something happens, as opposed to giving yourself a break? Oh, you know, that was stupid to do that. It's like, oh, you know, whoops, next time I'll have to, whatever, not that you're stupid, but next time just pay more attention, or, you know, do one thing at a time because you're doing too many things at the same time. So, you know, extending the kindness to yourself inside as well. So it's not only about addressing people and things in the outside world. It's also about looking at that little voice that's, talking to you on a daily,
But
potentially.
yeah, the negative self-talk is such a huge thing. I mean, it's so huge for so many people.
Mm-hmm.
And in the emotion code, it's the trapped emotion is self-abuse, which is
Mm-hmm.
really what it is. It's abusing
Mm-hmm.
yourself. The negative self-talk is abusing yourself because you're saying not nice things about yourself and you're believing that. And the more you do it, the more you're reinforcing that.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that Samantha Barrett, who we had on a while
Mm-hmm.
ago, she says, when you catch yourself doing that, you say something positive to kind of neutralize it. Like she's all about
Mm-hmm.
neutralizing those energies. And I really enjoy that. Even better if you can get to the point where you're not even doing that,
Yeah.
where it's not even coming up because you've done enough work that like you're just feeling more free and the emotions are tamed,
Mm-hmm.
that you are able to feel your present time emotions and feel your present time emotions and be okay with them without having the baggage of decades or centuries, depending on where these
Lifetimes
things are
ago.
coming from.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, lifetimes, ancestors, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Having that energy that stuff out of your system so that you're then really being so much more present in the moment. And then what you're feeling is yours,
Mm-hmm.
your present time, not you 20 years ago, you 30 years ago, 40 years ago, you hundreds of years ago in a past life,
Mm-hmm.
you some emotion from an ancestor who had something terrible happen. Even in like the belief code, like it's like you can have inherited belief systems,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
just in the problem with that is that it isn't you,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and it can distort you.
Mm-hmm.
It can distort your emotions. It can distort your energy field so that you're not necessarily always having the kind of reaction that you want to have. You can
Right.
be triggered by things. You can then feel like something that you should be able to have joy in has something else going on. There's something else there, kind of like hanging over like an entity or this
Mm-hmm.
thing over your shoulder,
Mm-hmm.
kind of dragging you down because you're not able to really feel your present time emotions. Or even when the present time emotions aren't great, like if, say, something happens and it made you really sad. Well, if you're not able to feel that emotion of sadness and process it, what does it do? But it gets stuck in your system.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then it just kind of adds to the baggage
Mm-hmm.
or the static in your system.
Yeah.
Whereas really, what do we want to be? We want to be free-flowing beings of energy where everything's just kind of like flows.
Yeah.
Oh, and one of the things in this card was go with the flow of
With
life
the flow. There
and
you
experience to become a child again, which I really, really like because, yeah, what are like ideally a child is
go. Mm-hmm.
open, curious,
Mm-hmm.
joyful, happy.
Yeah. Not obsessing about paying bills and whatever and whatever. It's like, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
For reals. So I
Yeah.
really enjoyed this message and I enjoyed my message. And I know
Yay.
the audience message is kind of awesome.
It is as well. And this one is coming to you from my favorite deck, one of my favorite decks, because it's got a beautiful hummingbird on the front. And I just love the
Yes,
messages that it has
I know.
inside as well. So the card for today for the audience message is talking about river flowing. It's called Moving Forward. Right?
Very
Move
nice.
forward. Yes. And I'm going to give you the particular line and then I might read it because it's a very short little entry here. That's another thing I love about this. It's not very detailed. It's kind of just to the point. So the message for the audience today is understand yourself and let that be enough. So that pretty much sums it all up. It's all about figuring all this out,
Yeah.
and that's good enough, right?
Yeah.
So just relaxing into that. But it's so nice to get down to being able to think about yourself and not everything else once you are able to release and transform so many different things. And then you don't have the nagging other people's thoughts in your head and the, you know, thinking of being responsible for other people's stuff. And yeah, just really not having those thoughts so that you can, like you said, be right in the moment and deal with what's in front of you in the best capacity that you can with love and compassion, hopefully, because there won't be the emotional reactions that kind of come out otherwise sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
Mm-hmm.
I really do love that.
Yeah.
Because also, when you have all this baggage from the past, your ancestors' past lives even, it's way more difficult to actually be you, the true you
Mm-hmm.
that you are.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're having to kind of push through and forward through a bunch of noise and static and stuff that's sort of like, you know, kind of, it's almost like it clings and holds on to you and like kind of drags you back. And we don't want that.
Yeah.
We want to be able to be present.
Yeah.
Really present in the moment.
And what's really great too with the work that we do is that you heal the past.
Yeah.
And help heal the ancestors as well as heal the future generations too. So you're not only doing your own work, but you're alleviating energetic stresses from before and after, which is a lovely gift to do. So yeah.
Like even though I don't have children, I know that the work that I do benefits my nieces and nephews.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. The whole genetic line. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and even if they may not realize it or experience it like we do, but it does help them on a certain level. And then there's also, it's one of the reasons why there's that Lao Tzu quote is so great, is like the greatest gift you can give is that of your own transformation.
Yeah.
Because it really is.
Yeah. Well, and think of it too, just your walking around field, right? The clearer your field is, then when you're coming in contact with other people's fields, again, it's that ripple effect of hopefully, you know, helping others be able to ground, or if they're upset, helping them, you know, just because there's just that peaceful calmness as opposed to everybody kind of crashing all their stuff together. Just not
totally.
Totally. You know, so if you can hold the moment for somebody who's having a not great moment, that can help them to calm down, right? So even as you say, just transforming yourself and standing in your own power and your own harness of your own emotions can just help somebody else who's not necessarily at that point right in that moment to then be there, or even hold the space for them to be in whatever emotion that they're swirling in. It's not about making that go away, but just helping them hopefully process it in the moment as opposed to having to hang on to it if it just kind of whatever. So
yeah, because then we get into the whole resonant thing too of like when your system is like at a higher vibrational energy, the people that come into your sphere will start to raise up to match you.
Exactly. So it's a win-win for sure.
Yeah. And I will say, I've actually.
Oh no, go ahead.
Well, maybe I shouldn't go there.
Okay. Oh, I was just gonna, for the last little line, going back to what your little thing with the river was, the last line in here that I have is, let that be enough for now and move forward into that peace like a river.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
So, just, it's good with some more good on top of it.
Yeah. I love this message. I love the theme for today. And I just love the idea of just the fact that this is all possible for us in a way that maybe hasn't been in the past. Because, 30 years ago, how many people really had access to this kind of energy work? Not that many. And it's so much more prevalent now. And then there's different modalities, and all the different modalities are fabulous. And there's different ways of getting to the same goal.
Mm-hmm.
And it really just is at what suits you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the fact is that we can get to this place and in a way a lot faster. Like, yeah, maybe if you meditated for 20 or 30 years, you
Mm-hmm.
would be there.
Some insights.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not, but maybe yes.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the work that we do really is so much target. There's a lot of targeting for your goals and like how you want to be in life and the things that you want to see come up in your life. And so you work on those things and it all has sort of kind of like a ripple effect.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, and I think a lot of people get stuck in patterns and, they don't like those patterns of what's going on in their lives, and they're very upset about their lives and would like things to change and, do this and that and the other, and it doesn't change. And a lot of the missing piece there is that there's like subconscious things like a program in a computer that are running that we don't even know, that are firmly established from a very young age that we're not consciously aware of. And it's kind of like self-sabotaging, not on purpose, but it's just running there constantly. And so even though it's like, whether it be a weight loss thing or whether it be a different job or, I don't know what it is that you're trying to attain, but when you go for it and then it's like, and then you ricochet back into the old pattern, right?
Yeah.
So it's having the tools, if you want to change in life and you have a goal that you'd like to set, then making sure everything's kind of in alignment, that there aren't any of these kind of, little guys that are hanging around going, oh, no, I don't think you're going to go over there. Or you can go for a little bit, but you're coming back over here. And it's like, oh, it's so frustrating. And we can see as we've gone through our own work how amazing it is that when you then unravel the messages that you need to know or shift the subconscious things that you need to shift, then you don't even have to work at the other stuff. Like, you don't have to work at then the weight loss or the job change, or because maybe you had to go back to school, and so there was a fear thing, and then, oh, can I leave this job because money and blah 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 blah, but it's just like shifting all that, then everything just sort of falls into place the way it's meant to, because then those little things that were getting in the way that you didn't even realize were getting in the way have now been shifted, transformed, healed. Little voice back there saying, no, you can't do that. Well, it doesn't talk anymore because whatever it was saying comes from somewhere. And now it's like, so you can attain amazing things. That's, I think, the thing I love most about this work is you do some balances, you do some goal things, you do body code or emotion code, and then you just kind of almost sit back and observe. Yeah. And then notice, wow, when I used to talk to them about, I'm talking about my kids, let's say, something, I used to get so riled up because like they listen or something, right? Well, maybe you had a subconscious belief that, why do I even bother saying anything? They don't listen, right? And you scrubby dubby dub, that went away, heal it, and then all of a sudden they're listening to you. You haven't done anything, but there's been this switch in you that now is open for them, that now it's hard to explain, but it's magic to watch. And when you see all these things outside of yourself just either fall away just so easily, or that you find yourself getting into different patterns or ways of being that you're like, wow, I never used to like say that, or I never used to do that. And look at this. It's like all of a sudden you didn't even have to do anything to consciously force it. Right? Yeah. But then you tend to not succeed when you're forcing things, but it's more to be in the flow, going back to the river. Yeah. So I don't know. I can't say enough about the work. It amazes me every day.
I know.
And when it shifts, it's just,
it's crazy. And what's really funny is a great example of this, and sort of an immediate and beautiful example is like when you do this work with animals. Because especially domesticated animals really can't trap emotions and have other things going on. And when you do work with them, like either Reiki or emotion code, body code stuff with the animals, and PSYCH-K, you can really see how that kind of energy can affect a creature, a beautiful little animal who really, most animals should really always be present and in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I'm just thinking of my cat Sagi, or Usagi, she's named after Sailor Moon,
Yeah.
is, she had a traumatic early kittenhood. When I got her, she had been burned pretty badly. I don't know how or why, and I really don't want to know. But when I got her, she had been healed up and stuff, but like the ends of her whiskers were still a little curled over from the burning, and always her whole life very, very skittish, where I would say, like, well, you'll never see her, or if you do, it'll just be her butt running away from you, right?
Oh, poor sweetheart.
And trying to, oh my God, I had to trick her to pick her up and put her into the carrier to take the vet and get to the vet and stuff. So doing this work over the past few years, I've done Reiki with her, I've done PSYCH-K with her, and I've done body code, emotion code with her. I can pick her up now.
Aww.
She doesn't like it still,
Yeah.
but she doesn't struggle, and she doesn't run away when I put her back down. She has a really an adorable look where she's just like, she's like, really?
That's kind of more of a typical cat. Like, how dare you?
Yes.
Now I have to walk you off.
Yeah, that's just a regular, instead of terrified.
Yes, I gotta get the heck out of here. Yeah.
Right, like she's obviously gonna eat me because she's picking me up. My life is over. My instinct for survival is kicking in.
Right.
She's actually gone up to people who visiting for pets, which was never ever a thing.
That's
like
crazy.
When anybody ever came over, she'd be under the bed, right?
Aww.
So I really wish, I'd had this, 10, 15 years ago, because she lived the majority of her life in this state of constant stress and ready to be in the fight mode. And now, but I'm grateful that I've got it now. So at least the last few years of her life, she'll have a sense of peace, and of just being able to be a cat. Right.
That life's
a
okay.
regular old cat who's typical for cats of being like, yeah, you're my slave. Turn the water on for me in the tub. Spank me. Don't pick me up. Oh, she picked me up.
Just listen to me.
Yeah.
Just listen to me.
But not being like obviously terrified about everything. So it's just a joy to watch. And I've worked with other animals and stuff, and I hear really good reports about the things that they experience, and it's so rewarding. And it's just such a simple and beautiful example of how powerful this work is.
Yeah, agreed. That's awesome. Yeah, it's crazy. It's wonderful.
Well, yeah, and it's kind of like this this idea of, for both the animals and for us, of like when we can make it so like these emotions and these forces, these energies are no longer such a major component of our lives. We can really just really be present and enjoy and be in the flow of like, be really in the Tao, and just go with things. And life just works out so much better. Things just open up for you.
Yeah.
Or so I'm told. We'll find out. As we go on.
Stay tuned. Yes.
Stay tuned. This time next year, we'll actually have professional people doing this No, just kidding.
No, we'll still be doing it low key.
Yeah, probably.
It's more relaxed.
But yeah, so, oops, earbud.
Awesome.
But yeah, sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, we're all good. We're all good.
Every time I have to touch an earbud, my music program pops up.
Oh, no. Then you're vibing, dancing.
Well, actually, what's funny is like, it's an audio track from one of our videos. So then the first thing I hear is you talking.
Oh, no. I'm everywhere. I'm in your head.
You are in my head, Kim.
Can't turn her off. No.
Better you than other people.
There you go. Yes, there's worse.
There definitely is. I'd much rather have you in my head than like me. You're always nice. You're much nicer to me than I am.
Oh no. Well, that's okay.
Back
We're
to that
working on
talk of self-abuse. Now, except that's changing too. No, I mean, you're always nice to me.
Exactly. Oh,
But I'm being nicer to me too, which is always really awesome.
Exactly. Because you deserve it for sure.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool.
So how are you feeling about today's podcast?
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so too.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think we've had some good things, and we continue to just be excited about our work. So
yes, we do,
because it's very cool.
Yes.
Our work, your work,
our work
on ourselves, our work for other people.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. That's the thing that's really nice about this work is that it's not really work.
Yeah.
It's just really, it's a really nice way to get to your being.
Mm-hmm.
And doing the working on ourselves and with each other, I feel like just makes every experience we have with other people so much better and so much more empowering for ourselves as well as for our clients and other people. So I really love it.
Yeah, me too. Yep, use it on the daily. So that's all good. Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. All right.
Okay.
Well, thank our lovely audience.
Thank you.
Thank you. And what's our shtick we have to say?
Something about liking and subscribing the video. If you could do that, please, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure exactly what the benefit of multiple subscribers are, but I'm told there is a benefit to having a lot of subscribers.
Yeah, I think maybe they promo the video more. YouTube, I mean.
Maybe that's it.
Something like that.
But
oh, good.
It's
YouTube
nice.
Will love us.
Yeah. Help us be loved by YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah. We need to balance that.
Why not?
YouTube loves us.
Right. We should do so. That's what we'll do our next
balance
session on.
Yes. When we're done, we'll do a YouTube balance.
Yeah, right.
Good idea.
We're going to balance the YouTube.
Yes, exactly.
So yes, please like and subscribe. And otherwise, just have a really lovely week until the next time you see us or we see you, or we can't actually see you. We're not that.
But we can
maybe
hear
one day.
Comments are good. We can see comments.
Yeah, the comments are great.
That's always. Yeah.
One day our psychic powers will be so intense we will be able to see our audience.
There you go.
Be like, I can see you there in Poughkeepsie.
Oh gosh.
Stop doing that.
We're going to be really scared. No. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Don't worry, I won't look into your soul that much.
No. The great thing is we only get to see what you want us to see. So there you go.
That's also true. That is the intention I set, which I have to say, I really prefer doing that way because I've definitely had people be like all up in my business and I'm like, I'm not really feeling that.
No. Agree.
Okay.
All right.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody.
Please like and subscribe and have a really lovely week until our next episode. Thank you.
Until next time. Thank you. Have a great week. Bye.
Bye. Where's the button? There it is.
Thanks for watching Kim and Angela talk. Please like and subscribe below. Click on the links below in the description to book sessions with Kim at keykranio.com and with Angela at treeoflighthealingarts.com.